Aloha! It's 365 Hawaii
with Julie and Eric Zemelis, and behind us is a lava field on our way to Kiholo Bay.
That's right. So we're parking on the road. There's two different ways in. We're taking the most obvious one, but there's also another way in. We'll catch up with you along as we continue our journey forward.
Yep, our hike into the most beautiful bay in Western Hawaii. Julie Cam. So we decided to do this Kiholo hike. I don't know, I think about like 6:15 this morning. And I said to Eric, hey, it's going to be, a warm day. It's July. This is what happens. And I said, walking to Kiholo in the middle of July is going to be hot. And he said, it's okay. We'll get an early start. So by the time that we charged up all of our batteries, drove out here, talked to a few people that recognized us from our YouTube channel, it is now 9 o'clock. Which, as you may know, in July in Hawaii, it's getting pretty hot at 9. So we are looking forward to throwing ourselves into the ocean after this hike. We have about, 40 minutes to get into the ocean. So here we go.
Okay, so we're meandering our way down this trail towards the old seaside. It's about probably a mile or something like that.
Yeah.
It's as Julie just said, it's a little warm out here today, but that's just kind of the nature of it. But it's
okay. If you guys know us, when Eric says it's a little warm, Julia's going like this. It's damn hot. So that's the yin and yang of our travel experience together.
That's right. So one of the funny stories you want to tell about a quick little story.
Okay, so you guys, back in the day, in 2005 when we were here the first time, we had found Kiholo Bay actually on the Big Island Revealed book, which is like everyone hates that book now because it told about a lot of things that were kind of secret. And we walked this path, and we didn't actually know there was a trail. So my son at that point was about 11 months old.
Yep.
About that. Mm-hmm. We stuck him in a backpack carrier, and we literally took off across the lava field, no path.
Over the lava.
It was not just lava. It was Pahoehoe. I think that's what we started on.
All of it was just rough.
Yeah, and it was out in the sun. There was no, there was no shade, and we only brought one thing of water. Had no idea where we were going, and we actually got to Kiholo. Thought it was pretty awesome, and then it was a deal to get out there. And then all of a sudden, we see these two tourists kind of saunter on in with beach towels around their shoulders after we were dying. And we're like, what the heck? And they're like, oh, there's a trail right over there.
Yeah, wearing slippers too after we just, powered our way through all of that.
Hiking shoes. And then on the way back, because we couldn't figure that out, we ran into a herd of feral goats with a ram, and we were terrified the ram was going to attack us. And as we know, the feral goats really don't hurt people. But it was definitely one of our first major adventures on Hawaii Island.
And here we are again, taking you guys along.
Yep.
So let's go continue on.
Kids are all grown up now.
Okay, so we've come to a Y in the road. We took us about 10 minutes to walk down here. And the beach access is that way. And this is we're making a roundabout to where we're going. And this way is through some houses and some cultural areas. So it says kapu, which means do not enter this area. So make sure you follow the beach access.
So we're having a little walk and talk with you guys real quick here as we're hiking along. There are these trees all around us. And I used to call them kaiwi trees. Pretty sure they're called kaiave trees. And they have thorns that will get in your feet and mess you up. But the wood is also used for smoking meat. So it turns into this little forest that you're seeing us in of all these trees. Okay, I haven't seen this before, but they've capped off these kaiwi trees with black bags to say we don't want you growing next to the road. But nature has a way of defeating humankind. If you look down, these little kaiwis are saying, screw you people, we're going to continue to grow, and we're going to make a brand new tree on you. So there.
We're almost to the ocean. They've made some nice little rock walls to separate a nice pathway moving forward. And I look forward to jumping in the ocean is what happens.
I would say that the local homeowners around here have made this vibrantly clear which path that they would like you to take to go back out to the roadway. Because when you're building a 30-foot arrow, it says something. You remember that movie Castaway? Well, that's where he lives right now, right there. So. This provides access from the ponds to the ocean, and we have done a little research that King Kamehameha the Great actually created the fish ponds back in the early 1800s, and this was a way to feed a whole village that used to be here before Mauna Loa erupted and took out the entire village. So this is cool. It's kind of like a throwback to history here. Every time we come here, we look inside this channel, and invariably we see at least 3 sea turtles, and yes, they are here. And what's interesting about the sea turtles here in Kiholo Bay is that they have kind of like a milky shell to them, and I think it has something to do with all the silt that we're going to show you on the other side of this bay. But this is kind of like their own like little water slide. Hey, this is kind of exciting to see. What they're doing is they're restoring this area, and there seems to be, because again, we're going back to 2005, this place was completely just messed up, and obviously they're trying to get more of these cultural historical sites to a point where they're starting to show people the history of the space. So what they've done is they've planted a bunch of coconut trees along the area, and they've cleaned up the space, and so you can see in the very back, which you couldn't see before because there was all kinds of stuff. You can see the 8-foot rock walls that King Kamehameha has built in the very, very back. And again, to have this whole area be a place where maybe in the future people can learn about the history of this sacred space is pretty good.
A little bit of a rough walk across some of the old lava here, but we are almost there. See, this water is greenish blue, like a picture, like Instagram blue is what it is. And this is real. This is not, the lens isn't making it this way. It really is this way. So the question is, why is that? And what you've got is you have got salt water on top, and you got fresh water in the middle and bottom, and it makes this kind of this super blue, and they make this really weird color. The blue is coming back. During the 2011 tsunami, it wiped out, there was kind of an entrance over here to this bay that kind of got wiped out. So there was much more seawater coming in, and it's not much fresh water, which made it less blue. But now it's all kind of building back in, and the blue is back.
Okay, so what you're seeing is the upwelling of the fresh water. Basically, this must be a lava tube of some sort, because what happens here, just so you guys know, that it rains up against the mountain, right? Every afternoon, the clouds come in and it starts to rain, and there are large lava tubes that take that fresh water and shoot them right into the ocean. That's why we don't have any rivers on our side. But seeing it upwell here, and it's that milky, weird thing I was telling you about. The other place is kind of like a oily sheen to the water. You can see why. If you got into the water right here, it'd probably be about 58 degrees. And then you get further into the pond and it gets a lot warmer, sometimes up to 83. So it's an interesting mix of water going on here.
All right.
We made it! Woo!
It doesn't seem that long, but when you're scrambling over up and down all this lava, it's a little bit slow going.
Yeah, so it's 10:45. So it basically took us, between filming, almost 2 hours to get out to the very far part of this lagoon from the road. So it's a good hike. I mean, you guys, this is like an adventure, and you're going to see some beautiful things. But you guys,
go ahead.
Okay, but as we were talking to some people who had come in here with us, obviously not all of you guys are going to be able to do this, and that's why we bring this to you, so you can sit on your couch in your own home with a bag of popcorn, and you get a chance to see how beautiful it is, and we're taking you on.
And we follow a few adventure YouTubers too that could take me to whole places that I wouldn't go, that are usually cold and rainy and all kinds of things that go with it, or I wouldn't want to be. So this is probably a good way to see it through your house.
Yeah, because I mean, how many people are hiking, almost 2 hours out in the lava field to find something. You guys get a chance to see us doing the happy dance, and we're going to jump right in here too.
Oh, let's go. You want to go back a little? Or you want to swim right here?
I figured I'd have a little bit here. Maybe you guys can.
Maybe we'll swim. We're going to swim.
I'll tell you what. I will dive in, and Eric can catch me dumping in here, because this is one of those bomb diggity moments.
Okay, is it cold, Julie?
Oh my gosh, top's really cold. Bottom's pretty warm.
Okay, Leah, show me what it looks like when you relax out there.
Oh, the top is like 58 degrees. So Eric's hanging out here, having a nice little swim.
Yeah, so the weird part is if you stay upright, it's nice and warm. If you lay on your back, all the cold water is in the first 6 inches. So it's like 58 degrees the first 6 inches and about 85 underneath. But it's nice. So come on in. Yeah.
Oh, look at this.
So
this is paradise.
Yeah.
I'm in heaven.
I don't know. There's still a coldness to it, though.
Yeah, but the warm underneath, it feels like a hot tub almost.
Yeah.
It is really, truly a very interesting experience to be in this water.
Yeah.
But Erica and I saw this little fish jumping out of the water, and then we can see under the water that a huge fish was chasing it. So there are things that live in this water that you can't see.
Yeah, and we were thinking, though, there's not a lot of sharks that come in here or anything like that. So this is
There's
definitely...
not a lot of sharks. I hope there's no sharks.
Because you can't see anything from about after about 3 feet underneath you.
They can sense you. Dun, 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 dun. Eric found some trash. One of the things you do while you're out here in Hawaii is you definitely pack in what you pack out, what you pack in, or at least pick up somebody else's mistake. Good job, Eric.
It's not bad out here, though. Very few.
Yeah.
Okay, one thing about Hawaii is that the weather changes. So we've been sitting here probably half an hour, 45 minutes.
Having a little lunch.
The clouds have come over and the wind is starting to howl.
It's like freaking 20 miles an hour wind now.
And the waves are picking up, so
Yeah.
good thing we're not boating out of here,
I
otherwise we'd be a little
know.
worried.
And
It'd be whitecap season.
it might start to rain. So we might take a little bit of a different tack on the way back out of here. We've gotten a chance to hike a lot in the lava. I've never seen anything like this. This is a beautiful flowering plant, literally in the middle of a lava field with no water besides what's in its crack. This is called resilience. Hey, do you guys see that path behind me that goes on and on and on with the discoloration in the lava? That's the King's Trail. You can actually start picking that up as far away as Waikoloa Resort and then walk all the way along the coast.
Well, after a long hike in the hot sun, we have finally showed up at the car.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock, and I'll give you a couple of tips if you guys decide to do this. Try and get an early start.
Yeah.
We were doing pretty good at 9, but if you're going to be out there and swimming around and walking on the lava and just try to have an adventure, it gets hot out here.
Especially since we went around to the end, so we had a lot of lava walking to do more than you would normally.
We were kind of explorers to see what we could find, but also wear closed-toed shoes. So glad I did not wear thongs today. Woo! And also make sure your batteries are charged up on your cell phone and your watch, because mine failed.
Yeah, but it wasn't the end of the world.
Yeah, but I'm glad that we got a chance to get out there and have an adventure, which we always try and encourage you guys. Get off the couch, get out there and explore the world, be intentional and enjoy your life. And also, if you want to see more of what we're doing, go to 365hawaiiliving.com. And if you want to join in on the fun, go to the Join Ohana button on the website. You can also learn more about real estate at our real estate channel at 365 Hawaii Real Estate Minute. And we also have information that we send out every month about what's happening in Kona. And so subscribe by joining the Ohana.
And with that,
We say
aloha.
aloha.